Okay, here we go. Okay, now I got my mic working. Yeah, now I think everything's good. I'm probably gonna start at, I guess I'm gonna change the start at like 105, but just to get some people in here. So you won't hear me for a minute, but I'm gonna leave for a sec just till people start coming in here. Yeah, I put together a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff related to the economy happening in the past week and just some more of that war stuff that we're seeing in this world, but um, there's definitely a lot of economy stuff going on, and it's all related, I think, to stuff I was talking about before, but there's still a lot of this stuff going on, so I'm just hoping right now that a lot of people are gonna stay encouraged by seeing these things because there is truly a lot of stuff that's happening. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can make this screen bigger, but it doesn't look like I'm doing a full screen view, but it's still not making it bigger on their end, so I think I have to keep it this way. But I really like this website. It's called Canva because it's basically like a whiteboard and you can draw on it or you can just add things to these slides and it's kind of like a PowerPoint, but this is a really good website for just like anything really, but even like making videos and stuff. Probably start in 5 more minutes. Just trying to let some people come in if they want to come in because I know a lot of people. I did like a poll, what's the best time for me to do lives, and a lot of people said after 8 p.m. So this is way earlier, but I just was in the mood to do one right now, so I'm doing one now. So hopefully some people will be watching. Um, it's the website. It's just this. I put it in the chat for you, but It's it's just really good all around because it's just like a giant whiteboard. It takes them a little bit to get used to, but it is a very good thing, like editing thing. It's a good tool, I guess I should say. It's like, and I think this is the free version I'm on, but I'm thinking about buying the pro one because this website is so good. But I'm gonna put this link in the chat too if anyone wants to join. Um, I'm gonna put this link in the chat. All you have to do is click it. If you have a microphone on your computer, I think you just have to hit approve when you go to this link or set it up if you know how to do that, and it should let you join the conversation if you want to. If not, I'll just do what I've been doing, just talking about the signs. But um, yeah, let me see if I can get this link. Probably gonna have to go to YouTube. That's the link I just put in chat if anyone wants to join. That link, I don't know if it changes per video I do or if it's the same one, but that link basically allows you to join if you want to just talk with me about what's going on or the stuff going on. Um, you don't even, if you join, you don't really have to talk that much if you don't want to. It's not like you have to talk like I am, but it's obviously it's more interesting if there's more than one person. But I understand some people don't like talking, but hello, KJ. I'm gonna start in like 2 minutes. I was just trying to let some people come in. There's it's pretty much been staying at 10, so I'm probably gonna start in a second. I also, during this discussion, I have two videos I'm gonna play. Both videos are related to economy things. One of them I think is very important because it's basically talking about crypto coming out into major institutions. But um, yeah, there's like a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully you guys can hear the video. I've never played a video on here yet, so I'm probably gonna ask you guys if you can hear it when I start sharing it, but hopefully nothing goes wrong with that. But there's still a lot of slides I gotta get through too. I mean, these things are kind of like spur of the moment for me right now. I'm just kind of, I enjoy making these more than the other videos because I can talk and people can just listen to this video of me talking if they want to just hear what's going on. And I think it's just better because it's kind of like a professor showing people things on a screen. And I think it's better than the other things going on. Uh, Hello, JRT, and thank you for that. Let me, yeah, I think I'm just gonna start now. Let me go over this. So one of the first things I have that's going on right now, obviously we know a lot of stores are closing, guys, the economy stuff. Keep in mind a lot of the stuff is from a few days ago, but it says Party City Big Lot stores closing. Bankruptcy lawyer says they expect more closures similar to Big Lots. A lot of these big places and even smaller businesses are closing right now. And guys, we know all of this ties in to the economy. So it doesn't matter how small a business is or how large, these things are all stepping stones to the bigger economy. And we're seeing so many of these places close daily. I mean, this is what we're saying. We know we're getting to this great tribulation because it's getting harder to live. I'm going to show a lot of stuff in this presentation that's related to that. But I mean, guys, this stuff should be encouraging as a believer because you're seeing this period come that you're not going to be a part of because your redemption is drawing near. You're going to be out of here when it's officially here. So when we're seeing this stuff as close as it is, this is encouraging for us. And so we have this stuff going on right here. I thought this was interesting. It says Chunk of Santa Cruz Pier collapses as massive waves pound Northern California, prompting water rescues. This was a storm that was happening a little bit ago. Um, I mean, it's crazy. They were showing stuff on the news showing the pier like collapsed. There's something on this next slide related, which is this was crazy when I saw this, but it was like these weird waves were happening on this dock, and they were showing like all these boats getting destroyed on this dock in this town in Santa Cruz. And it says destructive waves keep thrashing Santa Cruz. Mother Nature holds the cards. And there was actually in this article, I was trying to find it, I couldn't find it, but I screenshotted in this article. One of the residents said it's the worst thing he's seen, and he's lived there for like 50 years or something like that. And it's just more and more of that stuff is happening daily, guys, where these disasters that are all over the earth are happening and increasing. And every time they either say unprecedented, which means never happened before, or they say it's a historic all-time high or something like that in the news. And I mean, all of this stuff, guys, has just been increasing on the earth. So these are more of these birth pains we're just continuing daily to see. This is related more to the war stuff. Says UK says successfully tested its radio wave weapon that kills drones from 1,000 yards away at 13 cents a pop. So it's probably like 13 cents to run it, and it can kill something like 1,000 yards away. That's a drone, something in the air. Again, more of this end times technology stuff is coming. We're seeing increase in technology through AI, through all these different things. So you're going to see a lot more of these weapons and probably things come out while we're still here. This is one related to Florida. It says drought worsens in Florida. Long-term outlook doesn't look good. And they had this chart up showing the drought areas. But apparently, Florida, I didn't even know this, but we're in a very big drought right now. So obviously, that affects animals, crops, people, all kinds of stuff. And then it's showing SAT scores are at the lowest. Like they're starting to go lower than they normally are. So people aren't being educated well right now. That's what I would say. I mean, I think we all know that too, just because you see how people act nowadays. A lot of stuff's happening. Um, this is another animal Florida related thing, but this was interesting. But it said 36 Florida Panthers killed this year, nearing record high, three this week. And then that was Fox reporting that. And then ABC reported 2024 ending with a record number of Florida Panther deaths. So definitely, again, really, really strange stuff going on. Um, there's so much of this animal stuff that we see all the time with them dying off right now. I made a video you guys saw on my channel where it said 70%, 70 of migratory animals are in decline, and also huge numbers of insect pollinators are dying. So all this stuff's happening at the same time. It's just showing us how close we are to these end of days, to this great tribulation, because just the animals on Earth are dying off, and we're seeing these signs across the Earth daily. It's not normal. And guys, this is the new normal, all this stuff we're seeing. This is one related to the economy. This is also happening in the US and lots of other places right now because people are trying to find a place on Earth where they think it's more affordable or safer, or other reasons, but really that place is not going to exist. But it says millennials, Gen Z flee Italy. 1 million have left in the past 10 years. That's a lot of people, but it's again, it's because people are trying to find a place that they think is perfect on the earth and they're not going to find it right now. And I'm going to show that in this video. There's people all over the earth right now, guys. They have the same sentiment, but this next one says former CEO warns U.S. economy on path to oblivion, and they were talking about something Biden did, but um, this isn't this is not new. We see this a lot right now. We know the economy's bad. We know the housing market's bad. We know the car market's bad. We know the job market's bad. Everything is pretty much bad right now. The stock market, everything. So we're just living in this bubble right now until this stuff collapses or something changes, which we'll see if. something comes down the line or not. But I really think the Antichrist is going to come change everything. It's just we'll be out of here when that happens. Okay, this next one, this is China. There's a lot of China stuff in here, guys. I've noticed the past week or two, there's been a lot of rhetoric towards China. I don't know if that's because they want this war with China or what's going on, but there's a lot of this messaging. But China calls Taiwan a red line, criticizes new U.S. military aid to island, which is Taiwan. And it says military expert sounds alarm. China will use cyber warfare to break the will of America. And we've been seeing a lot of stuff in the news right now about China hacking banks, um, China basically going after people's personal information. And so, could that mean that a war is coming because they're doing all of those things right now? I mean, could be. We just have to keep watching because everything can change in a minute, guys. I've talked about this before, but just like World War II, World War One, people didn't think those things were going to happen, and within a day, it all broke out. So, God showed me in a dream World War III and Rapture were related, so I know World War III is coming. Luckily, we will not be here for that if you're a believer, but I mean, daily we're just seeing this stuff increase, guys, and get closer. This next one, this should be concerning to a lot of people, but it says China is compiling a dossier on every American, expert warns. So, don't know if that is true, but they're basically saying that China is building these, I guess, archives of stuff on citizens and what you're like and stuff like that. And that is some freaky stuff going on. But um, I'm sorry if you guys can hear my background too. There's someone outside doing something. I hope you guys can't hear that. But um, this article says they're preparing to attack the U.S. China expert raises red flag. And then this was related to the drones, but it says we have to assume that we are close to war. Expert warns if China is behind this, which they still have not said that if that's true or not. But um, just again, there's so much stuff in the news about this stuff. It's kind of mind-boggling, and we just know that this stuff's getting closer every day with these tensions. Um, this is another one. It says, let me make this bigger. It says Gordon Chang on tensions in China, the Philippines, and South Korea. We could end up in conflict before President Trump takes the oath of office, which I think that's January 21st. And then this says China directs largest military buildup since 1930s Nazi Germany. Expert warns citing Pentagon report. So China is building up its military right now, getting probably stronger or equal to ours. Meanwhile, we're weakening. I mean, there's just so much stuff, guys, going on that we can see. This stuff's related to the housing market. It says this is going to be really tough for the housing market, expert says, and I think they're talking about the Fed interest rates that I think were increasing. And this says average rate on a 30-year mortgage climbs the highest since July of last year. So, or maybe July of this year, but it's just, guys, we all know houses, they're in a bubble. I mean, the average home price right now is like $400,000. I mean, that's not normal for every single place in the United States to be 400,000 for a house. I mean, we all know that that is not normal. So this is why I keep telling you guys, there's this new normal here right now where everything should be telling you that the Great Tribulation is coming. Because in every area on the earth you can think of, things are going bad right now. Nothing is going good right now. So what he just said in chat, eyes on Jesus. We got to keep our eyes on Jesus, guys. It says when you see these things begin to happen, look up for your redemption is drawing near. We need to stay focused on heaven and our future because we can see that it is coming. We can see that these things are happening that are leading to that future. So it says that your redemption is going to be near when you're seeing these things, guys. So we are seeing these things, which means any day right now. So this is a big one. I'm going to show a video related to some of this stuff, but this, I have a video specifically I'm going to play right now, but it says Bitcoin is the king. CEO breaks down future of crypto in USA. Um, let me know when this video starts playing, guys, if you can hear it. I'm gonna switch screens right now so that you can see it. Let me switch to that screen share. Okay. So let me know if you guys can hear this video. I'm gonna start playing it.
Fixed. All that stuff has to get fixed. 40 years of getting screwed. That's what's happened.
And 40 years, by the way, of getting benefits that they don't deserve. And the Euros have gone right in there. And when there's a Democrat in the White House, they go right along. But I think it's going to be different now. Very quickly, the SEC, as we were just talking about in a previous segment, is going to change dramatically under Donald Trump. Paul Atkins is.
All right. Okay, you guys can hear it. Okay, good. I'm going to keep playing it. I want you guys to listen about what he's saying about crypto at this point right here.
Is a big free market guy, unlike his predecessor. So, what are you expecting in terms of opportunities that we couldn't see in the United States because the SEC played such a tough cop role that we won't see during the Trump administration? What more opportunities will exist?
They'll exist because decisions will be made, particularly in the crypto and digital payment systems markets, where we should be leading worldwide and we're falling behind because we can't make up our minds. Listen, Gensler had a point of view that everybody understood. He just litigated his way into the courts on it. We need to get some decisions so that firms like mine can be compliant. We want to play by the rules as we do in every other market, the debt, the equity, the options market. Just tell us what the rules are.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know. And that once that's put in place, you will see an orderly transition into bringing crypto into the overall economic institutional infrastructure. That's what we want.
That's what they want, guys. They want crypto in every bank, and they're saying they're gonna do it when these rules get changed soon. That's what I want you guys to hear that I've been telling you for years. God told me that would happen when the Great Tribulation is here, that they are going to use crypto as a new currency, and they are saying it on the news. They are telling you exactly what's going to happen, guys. So, again, just want to show you guys that. I have another video to show later, but I'm going to switch back over to the whiteboard. So, yeah. Uh, I mean, guys, we're just seeing these things God has shown me. They're now right on the news. Like, they're telling you the exact same stuff is coming. So, exactly what he just said, they're going to roll out crypto to all these financial institutions when Trump comes in and changes the rules. And I mean, he's been saying they're going to do something great with crypto right now in the US. That's what Trump said. He said, we're going to do something great with crypto. But what's about to happen is he's about to come in, change the rules. Crypto's about to take over. And you can watch a special if you want to see what's about to happen. It's on 60 Minutes. It's called The Future of Money. I put it in my latest video if you want to watch it. Basically, they show in a lot of third world countries right now, you can go into a gas station and just exchange money for crypto on your phone instantly. And that is what's coming. And God showed me that would happen at this end times. But this next slide is about car dealers. Basically, they have a lot of new inventory they can't sell. I showed in the last slide I did live presentation that the average car is like $48,000 plus right now. I mean, that's insane for a new car. I mean, that is just absolutely insane that it costs close to 50 grand for a new vehicle right now. Okay, a lot of my slides messed up, guys, so I'm gonna have to keep making them bigger when I'm showing them, but this is something I've been showing a while on my channel, but basically there's this Arctic war coming that they've been preparing for. Russia and China have more stuff going in the Arctic right now for oil reasons. I think we do too, but we've also been training our troops there. And I mean, I think this region could possibly be where something happens as well. I don't know, but they've been talking about this for a while on the news now. Um, there's just a lot of there's a lot of places on Earth right now, guys, where a conflict can happen. There's Taiwan, Israel, Ukraine and Russia, this Arctic area. I mean, we have multiple places on the earth right now where something can just pop off, and there's probably more than that that I'm not talking about, but there's just so much we're seeing. And this one, it says churches fight to stay open as attendance dwindles. Now, some of this is obviously there's churches that aren't teaching the right message right now, so a lot of churches understandably are closing. And honestly, if they're not teaching the right message, that's a good thing. But we know because we're in these last days, a lot of churches in general are just closing because people are not occupying the pews. People don't want to hear about Jesus. I mean, I see people online mocking Jesus all the time right now. It's really sad. But that stuff is just happening, guys. There's an increase in those things, just like it says there will be in the last days. Um, Hello, Travis. There's just, guys, there's a lot that we're seeing. I mean, I'm hoping that with these slides and these things that this is encouraging to you guys because we're seeing so much go on that we know we're clearly in these times. We know clearly Jesus is coming back for us soon. We just got to keep going no matter how many days it takes. And I mean, guys, we're the light to this world, so we just keep going. And so, guys, I mean, this is another big one. I mean, this is on a mainstream news. I never thought they'd be reporting this stuff, but even they, like I said, are saying the same exact things right now. This one related to the housing market, I just showed some things on that, but it says Charlotte saw 16,000 new apartments in 2024, but how many remain empty? Because guys, even here in Florida, a lot of people they're building these big apartments, all this stuff, but no one's renting them because no one has 3,000 a month or 4,000 a month, whatever they want, to live beachside, near the ocean. And I mean, there's stuff I'm going to show in this video where people are talking about wages in their countries. But even here in Florida, I mean, wages are not increasing, but the prices are increasing like crazy. So you're still making the same amount of money, but everything's increasing. And um, that's part of the last days too, with what the Bible talks about with eating and things like that. But this I thought was interesting, guys, as Benjamin Netanyahu issued a dire warning to Houthi rebels in Yemen on December 25th, which I believe is their Hanukkah. But it's weird on Hanukkah he chose to do that. I don't know. That could be something setting up to happen. There was a lot of stuff going on with the Yemen stuff right now, where normally those are the people attacking our ships in the Red Sea and different places around there. So it's interesting right now. There's like this huge force attacking them for the first time. So again, something could happen with that. I mean, we're seeing Turkey get really engaged with Syria right now and also this area. So maybe Turkey's going to come in. We don't know yet, but there's definitely a lot of stuff going on where we're seeing a lot of buildup. Um, this I was just showing because this is talking about electric bills increasing. Obviously, the average person it's getting harder and harder to live. But this was for Tampa Bay in Florida. It says 30% more per month. And then Duke is $21 per month more, but it's talking about electricity increases. This is more economy stuff. This I thought was really interesting, the wording, so that's why I put this in here. It says, market expert warns surprise could spark U.S. recession in 2025. And guys, I'm always talking to you about one day everything's going to change. And it's just interesting they say, oh, a surprise day could happen where everything changes, just like we talk about. They're starting to give the same rhetoric, guys, in the news, where it's like, oh, one day this is about to happen. And it's like we're seeing all of this stuff be really horrible at the same time. It says heading into 2025, 68% of CFOs are optimistic about the economy, but worries remain about a massive equity sell-off. And I mean, guys, I'll be honest with you, the stock market to me seems like it's in a bubble because it's like a bear thing right now where everything just keeps going up. And people say, oh, well, that's a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing because it can mean a crash is coming. And even Japan, like the stock market and other foreign markets, they're having a lot of crashes right now. So I keep thinking that this is holding off till a big one's coming, like she's saying. But I guess we'll see with that soon if that is coming or not, because I don't think this stuff can keep running how it's going. This is again to the housing market. Median U.S. home price expected to hit 410,000 in 2025. I'm thinking it's going to be way higher than that because it's already 400 like for this year. So I'm guessing it'd probably be more than that. It's probably like a really safe estimate. But the housing market, that's crazy, guys. Think about that's the median house price. I mean, isn't that insane, guys? Like think about everywhere in the US, that is the median house price. I mean, that is just absurd. I don't know. That alone should tell you guys the economy's close to just something bad happening. This is interesting. I want to bring this up because I tell you guys about the Antichrist. I really think the Antichrist is going to have friends with people in technology because, I mean, why wouldn't the Antichrist want a guy who knows about technology when he's going to have the forehead and the hand mark of the beast? I really believe that's something related to microchips or technology. I mean, it's like all of these elites, they want to combine people with technology right now and make us cyborgs and all these weird things. And it says Trump says Microsoft's Bill Gates has asked to visit him in Florida. He's already friends with Elon Musk, which I would argue is making the forehead mark of the beast, which is called Neuralink. But there's a lot of this weird stuff with these talks going on, so I just wanted to bring it up. This is related to bird flu. These are two third-party news resources, but I already showed in my last live a bunch of main news talking about this. But it says bird flu warning as pandemic risk spikes with humans teetering on edge. We have our head in the sand. Health experts warn U.S. isn't reacting fast enough to threat of bird flu. There's been a lot of this stuff in the past few weeks talking about this bird flu and disease X, which I think are probably coming for this next pandemic, but I'm not sure yet. It's just again something to keep your eye on and what we're seeing. Because we know there's going to be pestilences in the last days. That's why these things are happening. So these pestilences and these diseases are increasing. This is something again related to China. It says China unveils largest amphibious warship. And I mean, guys, what I'm talking about, they're getting stronger and we're getting weaker. And I mean, it's just insane right now that our government is not preparing for these things. And I think that's on purpose. But hey, Justin, I didn't know you were in here. Yeah, I'm just a lot of this stuff, guys. I mean, it's just we're getting weaker, our enemies are getting stronger. I'm going to show you something about the BRICS alliance in this too. There's a lot of stuff happening, but um, I mean, guys, China already, here's the thing. They have a navy with tons of smaller ships. We have a navy with tons of larger ships. It's actually worse to have larger ships because if you have a bunch of smaller ones, you can ram them into the bigger ones. So they're just getting way stronger and comparable to us right now. Meanwhile, their allies are getting stronger and they're backing them, and we're losing allies. So there's just, I think it's really setting us up for failure with what's coming. And I'm talking about the whole United States. Um, but yeah, that stuff's going on. Weird robot dogs for future wars and more are showing up with guns, rocket launchers, and even flamethrowers. Um, If you look up Boston Dynamics, guys, that's a US based military contractor or firm. They're making these, they've been making these robots, and they've been making these even bigger ones for a long time. But this is all just related to end times AI, these robots. This stuff has just been increasing. This this one was a little interesting to me. It says Elon Musk says US needs many hypersonic missiles, long-range drones. Anything manned will die very fast. So he's encouraging us to build these drones and missiles right now because again, I mean, this everyone knows I think right now that a war is probably likely or coming. So even these people are starting to talk about it. Janet Yellen says Treasury Department will take extraordinary measures to avoid debt ceiling next month. And I mean, guys, this is what I was talking about last live I was doing, they keep bailing out this country over and over again. Eventually, that's not going to work, guys, and our money's going to be so devalued, which is probably the purpose of it. But it's just they keep doing this over and over and over and over. It's like our money just keeps getting just dogpiled on right now, for lack of a better word. And I really think it's related to this crypto. I just showed you guys a video on that. But they really want this crypto takeover to happen, and they're ruining our money. Um, this is just weird news, this Elon Musk one, but this one says Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary says half of Canadians favor Trump's proposal for Canada to join the US. Canada is doing very bad right now. Their economy is basically destroyed or abysmal because of Trudeau. So there's been a lot of talk about them joining the US. I have no clue if that will happen or not. That would be very strange if we woke up one day and Canada was a state. I mean, that would be very weird. But it would not surprise me with the weird news I've been seeing lately, guys, if that happened. But um, this, it says Elon Musk endorses post suggesting Americans are too, I'm just going to say stupid to do skilled jobs. And so, I mean, it's just, guys, more of this end times talk, more of this stuff. I'm sure people agree with him on that. I mean, look at the likes and this stuff when I screenshotted it. Probably has more now, but I mean, it's just, again, more of this stuff where good is becoming bad, bad is becoming good. People don't know how to respect each other, talk about people, more stuff going on. This says hedge fund manager veteran says stock market is about to get very ugly. This from Daily Mail. Don't know how trusted that is, but I've shown you guys more things about this. Mirror US, largest barbecue chain in the United States, Dickies shuts down 30 locations due to drop in sales. We're seeing a lot of this economy stuff continue to happen where stuff's closing. It's just heading more towards this great tribulation. This I thought was interesting. It says unemployed workers having trouble finding a job, latest claims data suggest. And then basically the same claim. And it's just a lot of people right now, they see the we're hiring signs everywhere. They think that there's jobs abundantly right now. But what you don't take into account is, guys, I used to work for retail. And you go in, they say, "Oh, we're hiring." What they do is they have 30 positions opening. They hire two people for those 30 positions. So, yeah, it looks like people are hiring right now, but they're not really hiring. And a lot of the people that are saying they're hiring, I guarantee you, if you go and actually look, they're hiring for 20 hours a week or probably not 40 hours with benefits. So, I mean, the job market is not doing good, guys. That's what I'm saying. They try to make it look good. Everything looks good on the outside, but it's really not doing good, just like everything else. And I wanted to show you guys this. This is people, I started screenshotting comments of people with the same sentiments so we can realize how close we are. And these are unbelievers, obviously, so it's going to be different, but I want to show you guys that they have the same sentiment. They can see the same things happening. So this guy put historically high credit card debt, maxing credit cards to survive, pending historic bankruptcies, home and auto defaults, speculation lunacy poised for historic fall, historic homelessness, mass layoffs. I mean, guys, just reading half of that, you can tell what time we're living in. But he has 71 likes on that on this random video I was looking at the time. And then this guy, this is all over the Western world. This is all by design. And it was basically talking about how the economies are collapsing in that video. 7,000 likes, guys. So people are taking notice right now. They're noticing about this stuff happening. And it even says in this comment, entire US is in trouble. 200 likes. And then all of these people, most of them were agreeing with him. And it's like, guys, people are talking about this same time stuff that we're talking about. They can see this great tribulation coming, even though they don't believe in that the way we do. They just think it's going to be the apocalypse or whatever they think. But they can see this is coming, guys. So this should tell us when everyone else is looking and they're seeing the same things we are, how close we are. And I'm going to show a video, guys, related to this right now. I'm going to switch my screen. I want to show you a video, guys, of in Japan. This is a video I was watching the other day. I want to show you what they're saying just a few minutes. or not even a few minutes, probably just a minute or less, showing this intro. What's it says, what's wrong with Japan's economy? And so I'm gonna play this. I want you guys to just see in the beginning here what these people are saying, and I bet you this is the same sentiment, guys, all over the earth right now.
日本で一番気にかけていること。
円安なんかの関係があって、いろいろ暮らしが大変になって
に対して給料の値上がりが
Start
遅い
going
か
with what our
ら、
アメリ
salaries
カか
are.
ら見ると、す
Japan
ごい
looks
貧
very
乏な
poor
国
from
ねっ
America's
ていう回
perspective.
答が来るわけ。
給料のままじ
They can't
ゃ
consider
結婚は
marriage
考
with
えら
current
れないか
salary.
なとは思います。
こんなになんで日本になぜ来るのって多分聞いてみたらいいですよ。多分物の値段がめちゃくちゃ安いのと。
Incredibly cheap here. So in that video, this is by this guy Takashi, 2 point something million subscribers. He just does videos where he talks to people and asks them random questions, get their opinions. But guys, I'm telling you, this is the stuff. Again, we're seeing this all over the earth, the same sentiment at the same time where everyone knows their economies are doing bad. So this is the perfect time for the Antichrist to come in and fix everything, guys. And so, again, these things are meant to encourage you and tell you to keep looking up because everyone on earth right now, guys, has the same sentiment. Everything is bad. You can tell their economies are bad. Their salaries aren't going up and they can't afford anything. I mean, guys, we're all on the same page. So I just want you to see that because that is, to me, a very big thing to know we're getting out of here soon. This is again, I put another bird flu thing. It says 61 confirmed bird flu cases leading to pandemic, and that's from some doctor on Morning in America. And then this Russia thing, hypersonic missile threat to US, nothing will protect them. If you don't know, Russia has the fastest hypersonic missile in the world. We have no defense against it. It's called the Satan II, which I don't think that's a coincidence for the name, but that missile is a big threat to the US. Um, This is also something, guys. It says the aftermath of a nuclear strike. This is the only thing, guys, I don't understand. Why are mainstream news sources putting out this kind of news? They never did it before. Now, all of a sudden, when nuclear war is looming, there's so many things with this. I mean, guys, they're telling us what's coming. It says this is what a nuclear strike would feel like. Why would you even put that out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless something like that was coming. So, my grandfather, he told me something, guys, a little while ago. He said, it's not people who wage war, it's the media. And it's like, the media is telling us that the war is coming. So it's like, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, ignorance is bliss, but we can all tell that something is coming. This is not normal news. 10 years ago, no one was making this stuff. Like, there might have been one documentary on the Discovery Channel, and it was like, it was not like this was coming out every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's way different times we live in. Um, okay, this is big, but Chinatowns across the country struggle to stay afloat post-pandemic. So that's probably talking about New York City and I guess California. I don't know where more of those places are, but those are two of our biggest economies for the US. And then bankruptcies hit Germany hard. Big wave is coming. And so Germany's government has not been doing hot. France's government has not been doing hot. Our government has not been doing hot. Japan, South Korea, I mean, the list goes on and on. A lot of these economies are doing very bad right now, like we were just talking about. And these bankruptcies are a big deal, guys, because even in Japan, they're saying they're having so many bankruptcies flood in that they can't get the yen back to a strong point, which is their currency, because there's so much bankruptcy filings that keep coming in from businesses. And so this is a big deal because these are crashing these currencies, and I really think crypto is going to come in soon because of this stuff just increasing. And then this I thought was interesting because there's so many mockers and scoffers that deny stuff happening, but it says surge in food recalls across the US and Florida. It's not your imagination. Okay, like I said, ignorance is bliss, guys, but there's a lot of stuff going on with food. I mean, the wars, everything, and it's not made up. It's happening. Stuff is going on every day, and we're seeing it increase. Um, This again, Iran recruiting children to attack Israeli targets across Europe amid setbacks. That's very interesting if that's happening. I would not surprise me. It says Israel confirms it killed Hamas leader, I don't know how to say his name, Haniyeh in Tehran or Tehran. Um, Another big thing happening, but honestly, guys, they've killed a lot of these leaders, and what happens is they put another one in, and then they end up killing him, and it's just a cycle that keeps happening. But that obviously does not go well for tensions, and those things like we know are just increasing daily. Eventually, the straw's got to break the camel's back, guys, and eventually something is going to happen with all of this stuff that we're seeing. This is Barbara Corcoran. This is from some finance news website. 4 reasons Barbara Corcoran is probably right about housing prices going through the roof. This is the same lady that's on the show Shark Tank, if you've seen what that is. But she's a really big real estate mogul person who I think is like a billionaire or is really rich off of real estate. But even she's saying that prices are through the roof on housing. So I mean, I mean, this is someone who's probably a very big expert in this field that owns tons of homes. It says Trump says illegal Chinese troops operate Panama Canal. Now, I've shown on my own channel, guys, a lot of the southern parts under the United States, Mexico, Colombia, all these different places. China is coming in there right now and taking over their ports right underneath the United States right now. So this would not surprise me if this is happening. This has been happening for the past few years where China is going down there and making deals with a lot of these Spanish countries like I think probably Ecuador and like I'm saying Colombia and places like that, and they are setting up these ports to be Chinese run. So that does not surprise me. This is about in the Middle East. This one, I'm not sure if this is true. I saw this and just screenshotted it in case it was. But it says not bluffing, no gas if penalized. Qatar deadly warning to EU, and they need this gas for the EU for electricity for their homes, stuff like that. So if they do shut off this is going to hurt Europe a lot. I don't know if that is going on. I need to follow up on this, but I mean, if they halt the supply to Europe, that's going to be a big deal because they've already been talking about, I'm pretty sure a few years ago, if that happened, it would be a big deal. So right now, it's got to be a worse situation if that happens. This is related again. Many of us are struggling, it says Starbucks workers on strike. Like I just showed you in that video in Japan, how they're talking about Japan, the average person is saying they're struggling right now. Just like here, tons of people are struggling. All over the earth, people are struggling, guys. So we're just getting closer to this great tribulation again. We need to look up for our redemption is drawing near. All this stuff should be encouraging and tell you guys we're getting closer day by day. And I mean, guys, there is so much going on. Even I sometimes am surprised that we're here right now. But the good news is, with all the things that we're seeing, we know that it's just getting closer and closer. This says drone panic leads to 270% increase in pilots reporting lasers and different UFOs. So because of all of that stuff going on now, pilots are freaked out and they're reporting more UFOs more often, which again I think just leads into the deception and end time stuff. And now they can say, oh well, these pilots are reporting more aliens and things, but really it's not what they're saying it is, but it's just deception increasing. This is another economy thing. Europe, butter turns bitter. Poland, Slovakia, Germany face rising butter prices. I'm sure a lot of those countries, there's more things going on than just butter increasing, but I thought that was kind of funny. But they were showing how butter is increasing and stuff like that with pricing, more food related things. Um, this one, again, this is what I was talking about my last live, guys. It says, tensions between Israel and Turkey escalate over Syria. It's time to pay attention. So, guys, the news, like I'm saying, they're telling us the same things we know. It's time to pay attention, okay? Because this is a big deal with Turkey. Russia is very involved with Turkey. Turkey and Russia have a lot of bases around Israel, a lot of things that can happen with this situation. This could be a hook in the jaw moment, like I was talking about. We don't know, but a lot of this stuff is happening and building up. So this is a time to pay attention, guys. And this, I thought, wow, this is was incredible when I saw this. It said U.S. homelessness surged a record 18% in 2024. So not just 18%, a record 18%. So guys, this is just going to increase this year. It's sad to say that, but it really is because we know the world is just going to get worse. It's been getting worse. It has not been getting better. This is the new normal with what's going on. And or at least I think so until the Antichrist could come back and perform miracles when we're not here. But this stuff, guys, is insane. I mean, if it's 20% now, what's it going to increase in 2025? I mean, I'm sure you've noticed even in your local areas, there's probably more people struggling. I mean, there's a lot going on, guys. I feel bad for a lot of people in these situations right now, but we could just pray for these people. And if you can, if you see them, if you have the money, help them out because it's not a bad thing to help people, guys. God sees you, He knows the intentions of your heart and what you're doing. But I mean, guys, it is sad that this is increasing because this affects basically everyone. This says U.S. strikes Houthi targets in Yemen's capital. So, again, a lot of stuff with Yemen going on. This is just more stuff I've talked about. This is related to the homelessness thing. High housing costs force many employed people into homelessness. So, they're having a lot of an increase in homelessness right now. I've seen stuff with food banks again where they don't have enough supplies to give out to the homeless right now because there's so many. There's a lot of stuff going on like that, guys. This I thought was really interesting because we're talking about how all these countries' economies are doing bad right now. It says 800 million Chinese in debt. So to put that in perspective, guys, there's like a billion people in China. So probably 70, 80% of them are in debt and 400 million overdue on their debt. So that is a major deal if this is true. If this thing is true, that is insane. So that means their economy is probably very close to crashing or something happening because you can't have like that much going on. That's a lot. So, like I'm saying, guys, these economies are hanging on by threads right now. There's like stilts holding them up that are snapping right now. So, we're just seeing a lot of this stuff. This is Israel stuff I got. This was a few days ago, a week ago. It says IDF says missile launch from Yemen hit Tel Aviv. This was when the Iron Dome failed. This was a, I believe, Muslim student that was planning a mass casualty attack on Israel consulate, but they caught him. And then again, more Israel stuff with Yemen. This is major. I saw this said Iran continues pursuit of nuclear bomb. I showed in my last live where they were saying that Iran has enough uranium right now to make 4 nuclear bombs if they want, and this is saying they're continuing. So that tells me they're making nuclear bombs right now. So I do think when they have one, they're probably going to use it or try to because of how desperate things are getting for them. And even the news is saying that. They keep saying, oh, Iran's getting so desperate they could use a bomb and stuff like that. So I think that that probably is coming. It's just when. And luckily, Israel and those countries, they have plans for those things, but there's a lot of stuff and just going on with that stuff. I was going to show the government shutdown one. That one's not important anymore, so I'm going to focus on this. It says undersea internet cables face new threats. So you see this map, guys, where it's showing all these undersea cables. I'll try to make it bigger. Let me see. So there's all these cables that are underwater in the world, guys. A lot of people probably don't even know this, but there's so many of these underwater cables for the internet. And a lot of ships recently have been cutting these cables. I don't know, probably on purpose, but um, this is really important, obviously, because it's our internet, our infrastructure. It could signal a war is coming. That's why these things keep getting cut. But again, just that's going on. This is related to before how I was showing you everyone in the world has this same sentiment right now where they know everything is bad. The economies are doing horrible. Says why life in Australia has become impossible. 2 million views in 3 weeks. I mean, that is incredible, guys. And they're talking about how everyone is poor in Australia right now. I just showed you Japan, showed you here in the US all the time. But this stuff across the earth, people right now, we all know everyone is getting poorer. It's not a secret. And so this is leading to that great tribulation because, I mean, guys, I'm telling you, everywhere on earth is feeling the same way right now. Um, this I thought was a big deal because it says Syria and Turkey, they're having these meetings. I don't know if they're still going on. They probably are, but this could be something bigger coming against Israel soon. Like I said, we don't know, but something to watch. This is talking about food increasing, why oxtail is more expensive than ever. I'm pretty sure that's probably Mexico and Africa. I don't know what other countries really eat that, but I mean, it's talking about this food because a lot of these cheaper foods and things people eat are becoming more expensive. It's supposed to happen with the Great Tribulation, and we're just seeing these things. This says ludicrous critic blasts new round of government COVID handouts. So if you don't know, they're giving another round of handouts to certain people, which to me, again, it's just showing they want to kill the dollar. They want to kill our currency for this crypto that they've been talking about, like the video I showed earlier. I mean, it's insane, guys, that they keep doing these things. This is talking about the housing market again, existing home sales in November, 4.15 million. Says home builders, and it's showing how all the stuff's going down that day for the stocks. And it says expert issues chilling warning for home buyers. This is the new normal. That's what I was just talking about. It says the expert warns for home buyers. This is the new normal. The prices we're seeing. It's not going back to normal. This is the new normal. So that's what we're seeing, guys. This is related to what I was just talking about with food banks. Food banks in Germany struggling to feed growing numbers of, I'm pretty sure it says homeless or just people in general, but even in Germany, again, Germany's not doing too hot right now, but they're having issues feeding people. This is a major thing I was talking about earlier, guys. BRICS expands with 9 new partner countries. Now it's half of the world. If you don't know, China and Russia are in charge of the BRICS alliance. Now half the world is a part of it, guys. So I'm gonna make this map bigger in case you want to see countries listed. But these colored countries are all part of BRICS. And I mean, guys, half the world is now a part of the BRICS alliance. Okay, so that means World War III starts. Half these nations might be against us, and half might not be. But it's interesting how half the world is now a part of that. And I mean, I'm sure there's some fence sitters that, just like World War II, where if war breaks out, they'll switch sides and different things. But I mean, it's interesting how it's like half and half right now. This was Watchman River. He was showing exactly what I've been showing you today with the videos and things, but cashless society coming. Okay, guys, I'm telling you, God showed me this was a major sign of when we're leaving, is them putting crypto in these institutions. And I showed you a video earlier where Kevin O'Leary was saying they're going to do that soon when they change the rules. And so, guys, we got to be close. So just keep staying encouraged, keep looking up because we're seeing a lot of this stuff take place. Um, this is a new Chinese fighter jet that they took pictures of. Like I said, they're getting stronger, we're getting weaker, they're building all these new things, our stuff's falling apart. But this was their new jet that people saw. I'm guessing it's a stealth bomber by how it looks, but this was interesting. It says Biden administration briefs Trump administration on nuclear threats. This was a few days ago. But it's like I'm saying, guys, there's so many of these threats, so many of these tensions. We know something likely is gonna happen. It's just when, and it's just building and building right now. There's another animal related thing. Sad to see these things happen. I love animals a lot, but of course we know in the end times this is going to happen because these things are necessary. But it says wild geese and ducks drop dead across Kansas. What's the cause? So apparently, see it says migratory birds. I showed you guys a video a while ago. 70%, 70, of migratory animals are dying and they're going extinct. And this is another one of those major events where that stuff's happening. Um, so much going on, but yeah, I mean, if you guys watch this video when I'm done, you can watch everything. It'll reset. It'll be on my live section of my YouTube. There's a tab. You can just hit live if you want to watch it. This says France to send troops to Ukraine. Zelensky and Macron discussed deployment of foreign troops in Ukraine. Now, this has been an ongoing discussion, but apparently there was another meeting very recently. I told you guys France is not doing hot, so maybe they're going to get involved soon. I don't know. But that is interesting that he went to meet, and this was a serious discussion that happened because, I mean, they were already talking about this for a while. Now he went to meet to him and talk about it, which I would say is probably a step up because he actually went there. And so I don't know if that will happen, but again, a lot of stuff going on. I just showed you guys the Japan video where the Japanese were saying that their economy is horrible right now, the average citizen from old to young. And it says 78% of people in Japan have extreme anxiety problems right now. And I'm sure it's related to money. I'm sure that's probably true about a lot of countries right now. There's probably a big increase in anxiety just because of bills and things going on. This is something Nordstrom, this is a business in, I believe, the US, but says Nordstrom to be acquired for 6.25 billion by Nordstrom family members, Mexican company. So a Mexican company just bought Nordstrom. And so I don't know if they were going under, but I would assume they were going under if they were doing a sell-off. So Nordstrom got acquired by this Mexican company. That's something I think a lot of people probably didn't see, but again, another business thing. But the only way to beat China is to stay ahead of them, says U.S. Commerce Secretary. She backs CHIPS investment handout to Intel, TMSC over sanctions. So chips are becoming a big thing right now. If you guys haven't noticed, microchips are a huge thing. I believe it's all related to the end times. Again, they want to chip people. So what are they doing? They're putting all this money into chips, all this money into technology, and then they're going to try to make people like cyborgs. There's already movies, video games, TV shows about this stuff. And they really, if you watch some interviews with elites in this country, they'll tell you the exact same thing that they want to merge technology with humans so they live forever. I mean, it's just weird stuff that they want to do. And then this is an Iran thing. It says Iran's weakened position could lead it to pursue nuclear weapon. I was just talking about that because they said that Iran right now has enough to make 4 nuclear bombs. So this is, again, guys, we're seeing all of these mainstream news report this. Normally you'd see this on some weird news source years ago and no one would believe it. Now it's everywhere in the mainstream. It's just, we're seeing that stuff every day and it's just everywhere. But FDA raises Costco egg recall to highest risk level over salmonella fears. There's a lot of stuff going on with eggs right now with the bird flu thing. I'd be wary of eggs you're buying, guys. Be aware of that because of that. Um, there's a lot of stuff going on with food in general. Be careful with what you're buying because there is so many of these recalls and things going on. I mean, it just seems like every other day there's some recall where tons of people die from something happening, and it is sad, but it's just this is leading to that end times. There's more pestilences, more diseases, and more of this stuff increasing, guys. Um, this was from a weird news source, Bazinga. I don't know if this is true, but again, it says U.S. debt crisis signals end is near for mother of all bubbles. I was just talking about that. I showed a lot of other economists from different news sources talking about a surprise bubble and things happening. But I mean, guys, I think everyone on Earth knows the economies are bad right now, so I'm just gonna go past that for right now. This says South Korean researchers develop wearable robot that helps people with disabilities walk. Again, I know when you see this, guys, you see this and you go, wow, that's a great thing. They're helping people walk. But guys, God can help people walk. You could pray to right now if you can't walk to God and He can make it so you can walk again. So this stuff is all evil. It's putting people's love for technology over love for the Lord. And that is exactly what's happening. They're making people love technology more than anything else, making them love medicine, love all this other stuff. I mean, guys, I'm going to tell you a story. A few weeks ago, I stepped on a safety pin, and if you know how long a safety pin is, it's very long, and it went all the way through my foot, and I had to pull it out. And I mean, I was worried because for 2 weeks it kept getting worse, and then all of a sudden my foot started hurting where I was walking, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the last thing I need is to have something bad happen. And I prayed and I asked God to heal me, guys. And that night I prayed, something I felt in my foot happened, and a week after, guys, it was better. I mean, all you need to do is put faith and pray, guys, and God is the ultimate healer. I mean, that is one of many things He's done for me. And I'm telling you guys, we don't need this technology. What we need to do is focus on the Lord because He can answer every prayer you have. You just got to put faith behind it. And it says in the Bible, when you pray like you've already received something that you have. Okay? It says in the Bible, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, that you'll look at this mountain and say, move this mountain, and it'll move. Okay? So that's the kind of faith we need to have right now, guys. And that's how you'll get things done. You don't need this stuff. And okay, there's another thing with Florida. Citrus farmers call for increased state aid. If you don't know, a lot of these citrus farmers in Florida are doing horrible. I'm talking about oranges, probably peaches, all that other stuff. All that stuff is doing bad and it's doing horrible. The farmers are not getting good crop yields. And so this stuff, that's why orange juice at the store, if you've noticed, has been getting more expensive. But again, just more food stuff all over the earth is getting tampered with and going sideways. This says, I thought this was really interesting because you don't really see a lot of news about Afghanistan, but it said Afghanistan carried out several strikes in Pakistan for retaliation. So maybe this will be another conflict that is happening where Afghanistan and Pakistan go to war, something to look at. But we know all these wars and rumors of wars are happening because we're in these last days and they're getting to a finale soon, it feels like, with what we're seeing. But again, guys, we just keep watching. This was related to the undersea cables I saw with the internet. It says NATO to boost Baltic Sea presence after suspected cable sabotage. They were saying it was China. I don't know if that's true. Again, can't really confirm that, but they were saying that China was the one that sabotaged one recently. But they're saying they're increasing Baltic Sea presence, which I'm pretty sure is near Russia. So that's interesting that that is happening. And then this was a big one I saw. It said China building nukes at record speed. China has more than 600 operational nuclear warheads. But I mean, we all know that a lot of these major or it's not companies, countries have these things. It's just will they use them? Is someone going to do something dumb, which we could see soon? And I do think, guys, I'll be honest with you, with the leaders that are in this world, I really believe all of this is planned by them. I don't think they're as dumb as they look sometimes. I think that this is all planned. They know what they're doing. We're watching a play on a stage to where something's going to happen soon and we're out of here. But God did show me, guys, World War III and Rapture are related. And I mean, it's getting closer than ever with all this talk about nukes, all this stuff with the economies crashing. They're gonna need a war for one, probably to fix their economies. But all of this stuff is just getting closer, guys, that we're seeing. And I'm probably going to end this live here, guys, but I just want to tell you to pray for your family members, pray for people around you. Heck, pray for me, guys. I mean, I get attacked. There's stuff going on in my personal life right now with one of my grandparents. There's stuff going on, but there's a lot of stuff going on for a lot of people. I'm sure all of you have stuff going on right now that is affecting you. And I just want to say, guys, we got to pray for each other. We're the light to this world, guys. I mean, without us, there is no light. Soon that light's going to get removed from the earth, and this earth is going to be way worse off when that happens. And so, guys, just keep praying, keep encouraging each other as we're seeing this day approaching. Because, guys, trust me, when you're seeing me make 74 slides about these topics right now, and this is easy for me to do. I mean, I made this slide in like 10 minutes, but when you're seeing all of this stuff to where I can continually do this over and over again, I mean, guys, we know we're in perilous times. We know that this day is getting closer. And it says in the Bible, when these things begin to take place, when they begin to happen, look up, for your redemption is drawing near. And it says, the Son of Man will be coming on a cloud. So, guys, we're seeing it begin. Okay, we can clearly see it in every direction. So keep looking up. Don't get discouraged. The enemy wants you to be discouraged. He wants you to live a life of fear and anxiety, like these articles are talking about. You don't need to live a life of fear and anxiety because Jesus conquered the earth. He conquered this entire world. All you need to do is put your faith in him and what he did on the cross. And guys, he said that it is finished. He paid for your sins once and for all on that cross. So again, don't live your life in fear, guys. Put your faith in Jesus and keep going because, I mean, guys, we're close to this day right now. And I'm just going to end it here, guys. But I love you guys. Keep looking up, guys. Keep staying encouraged. We're going to be out of here soon. And I will continue to make these lives. It's probably going to be a random times right now, but they will be in the live section of my YouTube. And I mean, guys, keep lifting each other up because we're all brothers and sisters in Christ, and we're going to be out of here soon.